Yo.
What's up?
So, I saw Scream 6 this past weekend, and I thought it was pretty good. Like the last movie in the franchise, this is a pretty clear return to form for the Scream movies. After the first Scream, the franchise saw a massive dip in quality, and it's been pretty refreshing to see a more consistently good narrative. I'm also happy to note that if you look at the last movie as the start of a whole new series, then this movie serves as the first good sequel in the Scream franchise. I will say though, while these are good Scream movies, they still have plenty of flaws. But before I get into that, I think it's important to outline some of the problems I had with the last movie. First off, the writing just does not work for me.
It's a bummer it's me.
It really was the best choice for the movie.
This isn't a fucking movie!
No, but it will be. That's the point, right, Amber?
Right, hon? Third act, bloodbath, check. Killer's reveal, check. Time for the big finale!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I know that Scream is always going for a more comedic tone, but when people are making jokes in the middle of getting stabbed through the chest, I'm sorry, but it just really pulls me out of the movie. This is such a big frustration for me, especially considering how impactful and emotional the kills have been in these movies. And that brings me to a positive of this movie, the kills. The kills in the last two Scream movies have been super gory and inventive. Not only do they feel real and make you want to look away, but they don't just kill random people that you don't care about. There's a scene in Scream 6 during one of the most intense sequences of the movie, and probably the franchise, where one of the deaths genuinely made me really upset, but, like, in a good way. I don't really know if that makes sense, but yeah, just trust me on that one. However, when you want to make an impact in your movie, one of the biggest detractors from this is fake-out deaths. When you have people getting stabbed left and right, it's important to maintain that continuity throughout the whole movie. You shouldn't just go back on those moments by making the person survive. People in these movies will get stabbed 463 times in the face, heart, and balls, but then show up 5 minutes later just to say a corny one-liner and show the audience that they aren't really dead. And I'm sorry, but that shit is just so fucking frustrating. One thing I will say is that the performances are pretty solid here, but even that has a little asterisk next to it. Because while some people are really giving it their all, other people are just not doing a very good job. There were several lines in this movie that were meant to be badass or sad, but when the actors delivered them, I just started laughing in the theater. And while yes, that is in part due to the writing, I think that some people just were not doing a great job in this movie. I think the biggest improvement in this movie, though, is definitely the setting. While New York is not exactly the most creative location to set a movie, I'm okay with it here. Since Scream often takes place in some small town suburb, it's nice to see that they changed it up a bit. I think that it definitely offers more creative direction, especially when it comes to things like subways, crowded streets, and alleyways, though I really hope that they continue to change it up, because I don't know if I could deal with another 5 movies that all take place in one location. And before I finish my review, I have to note that some of the musical choices here were just goofy. When the movie was coming to a close and the credits song started playing, I just could not hold in my laughter. That shit was absolutely absurd. And yes, there are times when licensed music is appropriate in film, but I think that's only true for the movies that were made with specific songs in mind, not just throwing them in to get the audience to go, "Oh, hey, I like this song."
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Good examples of this can really make you more engaged and interested in the story, and bad examples can pull you out, and they really make me want to leave. However, I think that all my problems with this movie are kind of prevalent in all of the Scream franchise, which definitely doesn't make them any better, but it does make them more consistent and easier to look past. Overall, I had a pretty good time with this one. It's not going to blow your mind, but you'll almost definitely have a good time. While this doesn't do much to change the formula, it's still doing enough new things to make it interesting. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give Scream 6, Ghostface Takes Manhattan a 6.5 out of 10.